Hey y'all, I hope everybody had a good weekend, and I just wanted to share with y'all a little plant haul that we went to a homegrown nursery local here, and she had put up on their website that they had in some Agastache. And as you see here, I have meant to be Queen Nectarine by Proven Winners, and I had really wanted some Blue Fortune. I don't know if y'all can see, there's a little bee around here. Anyways. Sorry, so I told my husband, I was like, I really want to pick up some of the Agastache to add to this clump. We did have here the Sky Dew Gold Blueberry Bush, also from Proven Winners, and I'm just not sure it was getting enough sun in this location. So we moved it out, and it was about right here. We moved it out, and I'm gonna kind of make a nice Agastache, like Agastache little section over here. And then I left down, I'm gonna move it. This is some Agastache purpurea that I have down here. It wasn't doing bad, but it's not doing great. So I'm gonna move it, but we went ahead and put in the Agastache. And let me tell y'all, here's the little tag for it. It already has blooms on it. So I mean, y'all see here kind of what it looks like. But it is called Blue Fortune. It gets 26 to 30 inches tall is what the tag says, but I thought it got closer to 3 feet. So we'll see how it does. It needs full sun, or it likes full sun and moderate moisture, and it's zones 5 through 10. You may be asking why I wanted to get some more Agastache, so I wanted to speak to that for just a minute. It has many names. Agastache, and then there's pronunciations of Agastache, but then there's names like hummingbird mint, and that really sits on one of the reasons why I wanted to get more of it, is that it is a big hummingbird attractant, and I love hummingbirds, and typically if hummingbirds like it, other pollinators like it as well. And so I thought, what a great idea to get some more of that. I also love the size of it. It does really well with the layering right through here. You can see it above these butterfly bushes, but yet it's shorter than the hydrangea behind it. So I thought it would be a great layering. And I also just love the branching of this plant. It's very wispy, which I think does really well with all of the broader leaf plants that I have in my garden. And it's not quite as wispy as a grass, so it's kind of that in the middle type of thing. And then thirdly is the color. When I originally planned to do this garden, my main color was supposed to be purple, but I've kind of gotten away from that, and I have a lot of magenta, pinky purple, bright, bold colors. And so I kind of wanted to get back to what I originally had wanted, which was more of a pastel lavender color. And this one definitely fits the bill. This is Blue Fortune Agastache. So we got that, and I picked up 5, because for some reason I thought I had 5 of this meant to be Queen Nectarine, and so I was going to kind of put it here, but we had moved these hydrangeas forward. We had them tucked too far back, and they're a little bit bigger than I had thought, and just didn't put it in the right place. Anyway, so I thought I had more room to add the other 2 through here, but I'm not sure that I'm going to have enough room, so we put those on the other side. I'm going to show that to you next. All right, so we have these here. These are the other 2 of the Blue Fortune that we have behind this Scentlandia, so I'm hoping that they'll get taller than the Scentlandia and kind of be a great mid-level plant. Also like that it's not a very wide plant, so it's easy to tuck in and fill holes in the garden. And that wispy, as you can see, just makes for great movement. This is an odd view, and I'm going to explain that as well. All right, so here's the view that I normally would shoot from to show y'all this Agastache. And as you can tell, it's kind of, let me zoom in, you can see it hiding back there, but it's still able to be seen behind these butterfly bushes. If you look over here to the right, You'll see the additional two. So I was shooting them from there because my husband is trying to reseed, even though this isn't really the time of the year to reseed grass. We had a malfunction with our irrigation system, in which we thought that this was getting water, and it wasn't. And I don't know if y'all have seen in previous videos, it had kind of turned into really hard pan dirt, and we have centipede grass, and it just really didn't have much to hang on to. So we're trying to fix that if we can. The little flags are to keep our sons who help do the mowing not to, cut the grass until the seed is hopefully germinated and is doing well. But it's a little hot this time of year, so I don't know if we'll be able to be successful or if we'll have to try again in the fall. Either way, we thought it was worth trying. We've never reseeded our own lawn. Our lawn has either been put in with sod or existing when we moved into the house. So anyways, wish us luck with that, please. So we've relocated. This is the Sky Dew gold blueberry bush. We relocated it over here next to the swing. I'm hoping it'll like this area because it holds more moisture in this area than the other side of the yard, and it also gets full sun. So we'll see if it can handle the full sun and if it enjoys a little bit more moisture, because it can get up to 4 feet by 4 feet. And yes, we put it in the ground as a quart, but that was 2 years ago, and it's just really not doing anything. So it's kind of either it gets its act together or it's probably going to have to hit the road. If you watched my other videos, then you know that this is a different plant as well. We picked it up when we were at the nursery this weekend. This is the color wheel Stokes Aster. And we had a lavender plant in this pot, and I don't know if it was just we've had a lot of rain, and so I don't know if it just didn't like all of the rain or if it was in too much sun, because this is a very full sun spot. It died. And so I saw this Stokes Aster plant, and I actually have been looking to get some Stokes Aster and was going to possibly put it on the other side of the yard. So when I saw this, I was like, I just want to try one. Let's see if I can be successful with it. And so picked up this color wheel, and as I read about it, y'all, I'm so excited about this plant because it says that it emerges white and then it segues through white to lavender and then finally a dark violet blue. That is exciting to me, to like have a plant that does so much and changes. So keep your eyes peeled on this plant, and hopefully come later this summer, early fall, it'll come into bloom, and I will be sure to let y'all see the progression that it takes. And then this was the last plant that we picked up. Like I said, this nursery, I really love going there because they have lots of native plants and a ton of herbs, and really like a lot of variety. In fact, most of the herbs that I have here in my GreenStalk I've gotten from this nursery. And they had here, this is Thai basil. A cucumber plant was here, and like I told y'all, I cannot seem to grow food. I don't know what it is. It was great a couple of weeks ago. I was so excited. It had little bitty cucumbers all over it, and then the next day it was like the whole plant had died. So I don't know if it got a borer or a bug. I couldn't really tell what happened to it. So anyways, so I decided to go the herb route because they are a little bit easier to care for. This plant likes full sun. It blooms mid to late summer, but it says water weekly during dry spells. It grows 24 inches tall and takes about 12 inches, which is perfect because that's about how wide these pockets are. So it is an annual, and it smells really great. Y'all, I just love these flowers at the top of this basil. I didn't know that it did this, but so pretty. And look how great it looks with this New York City lights coleus. So great. If y'all have a recipe that you use with Thai basil, if you wouldn't mind, drop it in the comments so we can try it out. While we're here, I'll give y'all a little peek-see of what's going on with the GreenStalk. If y'all have watched the GreenStalk video, you know that some of these things I grew from seed, but the majority of it that's now in here is currently plants that I've picked up at this local garden center. And y'all, I can't emphasize enough to try and find your local garden centers. I know that I speak a lot about my perennials and things coming from proven winners, and that's great. There are local garden centers that have a variety of plants that are great for your area, and they may have some things that, you know, you wouldn't find other places because they know what grows great in your area specifically. And as always, I'd love to hear about what y'all have growing, where your successes are. And if you have any hints on how you get your food that you're growing to not succumb to all of the pests that are in this area, I would love to hear that too. So I hope y'all have a great week, and we'll see you soon.